Hello, and welcome back to Elden Blood Kiro Souls Demastered, the only video game where you can curse someone with a crossbow. Seriously, From Software, I thought we fixed this. But enough of that, let's get into the build for today's video. Today we're going to be using dual wield lances, and the reason for that being is that we're going to be taking advantage of the counter damage mechanic. Counter damage occurs when an enemy is in attacking frames and you attack while they're in those frames. Now their absorption to thrusting type weapons is lowered, so you do about 20 to 30% more damage on your attack. Now as for the weapon choice, I personally just like the lance. It's been reliable for me since DS2 and it's never really let me down. It's just a solid weapon choice with a good moveset, and its dual wield moveset isn't that bad. It's got really good rundown and it's got good poise. It's a solid choice. As for the Ash of War, I put Raptor of the Mists on it, and in my opinion, it's one of the most underrated weapon arts in the game. I don't understand why more people aren't talking about this, because if you don't know what it does, Raptor of the Mists allows you to duck a hit and it puts you in position for a jumping attack to counterattack. And if you don't I-frame through an attack, it'll set you up for a rolling attack, or a crouching attack, which is the same thing. Now for the left-hand weapon art, I decided to go with LORETTA'S Slash, because it has pretty good tracking and solid damage. Now 9 times out of 10, you're going to be sticking to dual wielding, but it's always nice to have a little bit of a backup plan. Now let's look at some incantations that I use for the build, the first being VYKE'S Dragonbolt. Now VYKE'S Dragonbolt buffs your right hand weapon and your body with lightning, which increases your maximum equip load and also makes you extremely susceptible to lightning damage. The second incantation in today's video is Bestial Vitality. Now Bestial Vitality is very simple, the only thing it does is give you slight HP regen. The next incantation in today's build is Bestial Sling. Bestial Sling allows you to throw rocks to your opponent for a very low amount of damage, but with a very quick cast time. But what makes this incantation strong is its ability to combo into other spells that have a long cast time, such as Honed Bolt, Magma Breath, or Stone of GURRANQ'S. Speaking of Honed Bolt, that's our next incantation in today's build. Now what Honed Bolt does is it sends down a strike of lightning to whatever you're locked onto. The first cast of Honed Bolt is extremely slow, however successive casts are almost instantaneous, and this miracle does about 300 damage a strike depending on your build. The next incantation in today's build is Black Flame. Now Black Flame is just a basic fireball that can be charged up to increase its damage, and like all other Black Flame incantations, it will continue to sap HP after contact with an enemy. The next incantation is GURRANQ'S Beast Claw. Now GURRANQ'S Beast Claw will send out a shockwave in a circle around you, and it does pretty sizable damage. It can also be used to mix people up with the Beast Claw incantation because they have a very similar casting animation. The final incantation in today's build is Noble Presence. What Noble Presence does is that it sends out a shockwave in front of you that can be charged up to increase its damage and knock people into the air. Now similar to the Black Flame, it'll leave a burning effect on your enemy. Now a little disclaimer about these incantations. These are just ones that I found that had some synergy with the build, and I know there's probably better ones out there, but this is just what I like to use. As for talismans, I use Shard of Alexander to increase my weapon art damage, Spear Talisman to increase the counterattack damage, Phlox Canvas Talisman to increase the potency of incantations, and the Great Jar's Arsenal to increase my max equip load. Now you can swap any of these out for the Claw Talisman to get more damage out of your jumping attacks, but these are just my personal preferences, and I'll leave my stats down in the comment section down below. And with all that being said, let's get into some duels. Oh yeah, that's exactly what I want to see when I spawn into a world. A man standing over me dual wielding hand of Melania and a Nagakiba. And more than likely he's got seppuku on it, so he's going to try to bleed me to death. Now this build can counter it, but it's really situational. If he manages to get caught by me, it's pretty much GG. Now knowing the playstyle of most katana users, his game plan's probably just going to be to bleed me to death and try to counterattack with rolling attacks. But luckily for me, I'm just better than him. I'm going to trade with him for a huge hit. But I'm about to bleed, so was it really worth it? Probably not. If it wasn't for Raptors of the Mist, I'd be pushing up daisies right now. And that was not the play. I should not have thrown that. Alright, let's just back up here and see what he's all about. Yep, gonna throw a lightning spear. Now he's gonna play passively because we're both one shot and he's dead. It was a good fight. I appreciate the effort, and I was able to overcome the meta. GG's, man. GG's. Alright, second duel of the day, and let's see what we got. It's just a man dual wielding spears. Yep, across Naginata, and I don't know what the hell that other thing is, but it looks like it'll probably one-shot me. Now he's got the arcane mask on, so he's probably a bleed build. Yep, that's half bleed with one hit. But that's half his health with one of my hits. Now if I know PvP players, and I do, he's gonna plant his feet right here and try to turn and burn me with it. Yep, I was ready for it though. A little knowledge I'd like to pass on: when someone's running away like that, 9 times out of 10 they'll try to plant their feet and try to turn and burn you. but I've seen that move 1,000 times, so I was ready for it. I like to call this little move the pain train, because it makes my enemies cry, and it makes me cry when I miss it. Alright, let's go out flashy with Raptors of the Mist. And I roll called him off of that, let's go! GG's, man. GG's. This build's just too good. Where did I go wrong? I lost a friend. Oh, a man of culture, another dual wielder. Uh-oh. He's a bleed build. Great. Every bleed build I fight in Elden Ring takes about a year off my lifespan, so I'm looking at about dying at the age of 30. He's got the Glint of the Good Fairy bubble, and Bloodhound Step on a dual wield twin blade bleed build. Jesus, but I mean, I guess I should expect it, you know. In duels, you're more than likely going to see the worst of the worst, because Elden Ring's PvP is all about who can bullshit each other better. But I'm a man of culture, I'm a man of class, and I'm coming for that ass. Gonna try to pressure him out here with pest needles, and he's just gonna Bloodhound Step through all of it, so it doesn't really matter. I'm gonna try to get him with GURRANQ'S Beast Claw, but man, Quick Step and Bloodhound Step still being problematic in 2022. I guess it is a lesser evil compared to what can be in this game. But let's go for the finisher. A good old jumping attack to finish it off. And against insurmountable odds, the lance overtakes all. Alright, let's get into the next duel. Alright, let's get into the last duel. Alright, we're gonna be fighting Edge Lord. I mean, he is an Edge Lord, he's using the white mask with dual katanas. Alright, I'm gonna try to. Oh, wrong spell. Whoa! Whoa! Right out of the gate, okay. Alright, he's hot to trot. That's Moonveil and Rivers of Blood, alright. He may be hot to trot, but the lance is just too good. Now, Raptors of the Mist can counter just about everything he can throw, and he just can't contend. He just can't compete. The lance supremacy. Oh, it's the best weapon in the game. Oh man, I love it. Thank you so much for watching. Leave a like if you enjoyed. Comment down below anything else you'd like to see. Subscribe if you're not already. And I just want to say thank you so much for all the love and support on the channel. It's really meant a lot to me. Just the growth we've been having is, like I said in the Jar Cannon video, I just can't believe the amount that we're having. It's just insane. 2 weeks ago I was at 33 subs and now I'm at 267 at the time of recording this video. I just never thought this would be possible for me. And just thank you so much, and I hope you stick with me, and because the content's not going to stop. It's going to keep on coming. One more thing before I go. I'd like to start doing some fight clubs on Fridays if that's something you guys would be interested in. Because I used to do them all the time back in DS3 with Skid, and they were a lot of fun. And I'd like to continue that tradition on in Elden Ring, so if that's something you guys would be interested in, please let me know down in the comments section, because I'd love to do it. And with all that being said, I'll see you all in the next one. Peace.